Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nicholas, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas with Episode 2. Today, we're going to get some sleep. We don't need that much sleep, but we'll get some sleep anyway. Get some water and some food. And then I think we'll explore the area around Goodsprings. This Easy Pete's house? Yes, it is. Alright. Easy Pete's okay. Yeah, that's very polite of him, taking the twin-size bed and leaving me with the queen size. Alright, I'm sure that's fine. So the reason we're exploring is purely for loot. Maybe a little bit of experience by shooting some coyotes that are in the area. Good morning, Sonny. And then I think we are going to help Ringo. Now, Ringo himself, it didn't ask for any help, according to Trudy. So I was just going to, leave him be. If he didn't think he needed any help, then he didn't need any help. But because he's threatening the entire town, I think I should intervene to some degree, at some point at least, to make sure that that doesn't happen. I do owe this town a lot for having taken care of me after getting shot in the head. And I've been thinking, that's probably, Benny won the platinum chip. But I wonder how much shooting me in the head was a Benny thing or a Great Khan thing. Wow. I don't know, it was probably Benny's idea, but I don't want to just assume he's a murderer. Oh, let me kill this family real quick. Baby's dead. Mommy's dead. Nope, I'm good. Come back and join your family. Oh, just like in Fallout 3. But there's only a spoon. I guess that explains how they hollowed it. Alright, I hate coyotes. I have chickens, and either coyotes or foxes previously got some of my chickens, guinea hens specifically. And so now I kind of hate them. So I'll be shooting pretty much every coyote I see. Look, they killed people too. Okay, I'm completely justified in this. That's some interesting music. We can go back there soon. Yeah, the music has drum beats, which is very interesting. They left them in a pool of blood. What cruel, savage beasts. This is actually really horrifying. Alright, Bright Followers, that's who I was. That's who I was thinking of last time. Yeah, so the bright followers sometimes have good stuff on. Yep, there you go, see? The recharger rifle. I love this thing. Purely because it has unlimited ammo. Interesting that it's been the pups who have. Who have the meat on them. Now he has a Wasteland settler outfit, yeah. Oh. Okay, I'm not gonna... I'm slightly interested in what that looks like on the male model, but obviously I'm not gonna do that. Hold on, let me... There we go. Can I move that? No, it's a container. Alright. Alright, so we avenged Jim and Nancy and took care of the praying coyotes. So this has been a productive start of the episode. Alright, that's one cave done. There's some new stuff pretty close by. Let's see what that is before we go sell our... Hold on. Jim's Revenge. I wonder if I'm gonna get any meat out of this one. Nope. I am playing on hard. I know they're just coyotes, but yeah, okay. Once we get out of Goodsprings proper and... Yeah, so once we get out of Goodsprings proper and I guess a bit of Prim, I'm unaware of a lot of the details about this game. So I know generally where to go, what to do, and what's going to happen, but not in any great detail. And not to the degree of I know how to make what I want to make happen. So I don't know all the different ways to resolve quests, and I don't know how to make those resolutions happen. Alright, I think we might check... Yeah, Deathclaw's ahead. Yeah, I think we'll check out this little room then. Bit of lag, that's odd. How close? I was wondering how close the other unknown locations were, but they weren't that close, so we'll probably just head back right after this. Yeah, so I want to avoid the scorpions. But there might be something interesting over here. And then we can just fast travel back to Goodsprings. Probably should I antagonize the rad scorpions. I just antagonized the rad scorpions. Okay. Okay, I'm losing them. Good, good, good. How do I... There we go. Nope. There we go. Hopefully I lose them. Alright, I think I'm good. Yep, I'm good. This... Oh, Brock flower. The Brock flower is very pretty. I'm a nature photographer. And so I love, you know, as you can expect, I love observing plant and animal life. Mainly plant life. This is Gene skydiving. Yeah, and so I know that if I were to immediately... Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So, I know that if I were to have immediately helped Ringo, I would have annoyed the powder gangers, and this whole area would have been filled with hostiles. That's part of the reason why I didn't immediately help Ringo. Okay, let's get that up to 20, 25, 25, 25, 25. 6 points to spare. Yeah, I think that's good as a starting point. Lockpick, medicine, repair, science, survival at 25 to start with. I'd like to get barter and explosives to 25, but it is what it is. I can only do so much. Alright. 6. Perk options. Now that's interesting. 10% bonus damage here, but 15% here. Were there any other options? That's nice. I'm not going to get Science of 70. Or Repair of 45. That's good, but Repair of 45 is not in the cards. Reload would be nice. Okay, so these are the only options. Swift Learner is almost a waste because I'm gonna get experience. Not gonna take that. Not gonna take Confirmed Bachelor. That's not particularly helpful. You can see fairly well. And if I remember correctly, this is the Night Eye effect from Oblivion, which is okay, but not constantly. Intense Training might actually be a decent choice here. It's either going to be Intense Training or Lady Killer. Lady Killer, the bonus damage is nice. There are female enemies. I think they're almost entirely male enemies, though. Or at least the majority. So that might not be good. And the dialogue options are probably not what I would want to choose. Yeah, you can kind of tell by the picture what kind of dialogue options they are. So if I were to pick Intense Training, honestly, Strength. I'll say Strength. Alright.
Hello.
Hello. Alright, Gene skydiving. Now, if I remember, there is a key here. And another star bottle cap. The next one I find, if I remember, I'll look at the underside of it, just to show you the blue star, but you've probably seen this plenty of times already. Oh, nice. Ammo. 357. Okay. Oh. Okay. We're a cruiser outfit. And that strength paid for that. And for this gun. Alright, I think I made the right choice. So let's see. 9 rounds of 10 millimeter, 72 of the 22. Let's get the... Hmm. .357, a laser pistol. So 357, laser pistol. Okay, we'll do that. Did we grab everything? Probably. Okay. Let's try the cruiser outfit, see how... It's better than nothing. It's much better than the vault suit. Like, I get why they needed Doc Mitchell to come from a vault. It made the most sense for him having a Pip-Boy. Yeah, and you know what? I say that. Maybe there is actually a really good story behind Vault 21. I honestly don't remember. So... Yeah, so maybe there's a good story. Alright. I was just gonna say, it seemed kind of forced. Like, oh, you start a Fallout game. You gotta wear a vault suit. It's like, you don't have to. Alright. Oh, fantastic. We can be slightly dehydrated and it doesn't affect us because we're already almost dead. Yeah, he's just drinking some water. He's fine. I'm not gonna... He's fine. 50? Coyotes are worthless. Good morning,
Hello.
Easy. Good evening, afternoon, Easy Pete. Let's see what else I can do here. Alright. Alright, I can get some primer. The shotgun shells. Some belts. Value 5 for the belt. $7 for the hide itself, so really not worth making unless I need a belt. Which I don't think I do. Alright. Chet.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Alright, I know about mods and special ammo. I know about surplus generally. Yeah, do you know anything about the people who attacked me?
The leader was a New Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of Great Khans with him, probably hired guns. The Great Khans normally stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR.
Okay. Anything else you can tell me about the cons?
They're tough sons of bitches. Mean, but not crazy. They'll leave you alone unless you got something they want. The Great Khans deal in illegal chems. There's a good chance that most chems you come across were made by Great Khans.
Okay.
Twice. Both times I drank a lot of liquor and lost most of my caps at the card tables. In that order, now that I think about it. If you ever get to New Vegas, be sure to visit Gomorrah. It's the best casino in the city. You won't regret it.
I don't
Word
like
of
the sound
advice,
of that.
Behave. Between the NCR military police and Mr. House's robots, you don't want to be causing trouble on the strip.
Yeah, we can talk about Vegas when we get to Vegas. Yo, tell me about House.
I'm afraid I don't know much myself. Mr. House has got his own casino, Lucky 38, but nobody goes in or out except his robots. The other casinos follow Mr. House's rules, so I guess that makes him the leader of New Vegas. As far as I know, nobody's ever laid eyes on the guy. I think that robot who pulled you out of the dirt belongs to Mr. House. If Mr. House is looking after you, it's got to be a good thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, House wants the chip. What about the powder ganger situation?
If Ringo doesn't head out on his own, I think we should hand him over. The town shouldn't get itself mixed into the problem. Don't mistake that for coward talk, though. We're a town of survivors. We'll fight tooth and nail if pushed, but we don't go looking for trouble.
Yeah, handing him over is... I was gonna say it's, like, an option, in the sense that it's something you could do. It's just not something we're gonna do.
Can do.
Alright, so if I'm reading this correctly, Gun C&D is a effect that applies to the gun you're firing, whenever you fire it, and it's the wear and tear on it. So this does 20% less wear and tear, but it also does 10% less damage. Presumably, 223 is just a name, in that the game recognizes that if you can fire... I know that there are exceptions in real life, but if you can fire 5.56, you can fire 2.23 from the same gun. In many cases, you can load a 2.23 round in the same magazine as 5.56 rounds. There are exceptions. There's 5.56 NATO, etc., etc. There's a plasma pistol which we could use, which is very, very good. I do need armor. 6 armor or threshold. I kind of want the sneak. I'll take the hat. Might as well get +1 perception. No sense in not. We're okay for food right now. That's for free. I'll take it. Do you do repairs?
You looking to buy some supplies?
No. Alright, just to
Can
double
do.
check. Do you have a varmint rifle? You do not. Alright. We are not buying a shovel. We are not digging up graves.
Hi there. Sticking around Goodsprings for a while longer?
Yeah. Can you tell me about the areas around Goodsprings?
Sure. What do you want to know?
What are other towns nearby?
Southeast of here is Prim. Can't miss it. Since it has the giant old roller coaster right in the middle of town. The NCR's got an outpost there. If you follow the road north, you'll eventually hit Sloan and Quarry Junction. They mine rocks or something, but I heard they got troubles lately. I wouldn't head that direction if I were you, though. Got critters up there that don't take kindly to getting shot.
Yeah, Trudy said that. NCR?
The New California Republic. Bunch of settlers and soldiers coming in from the west, fixing on making Nevada their own. They can be right pushy, but the roads are safer because of them, so I tend to let it go. Not that I got a choice.
What does the NCR keep you safe from?
Well, the wildlife for one thing, rowdy locals for another. They're protecting their own. Just happens to help us. They've been holding off this other group from the east, too. Got a funny name. Call themselves Caesar's Legion. Never seen them in these parts, so I couldn't tell you much. I hear rumors, that's about it. Supposedly they keep slaves and they got some real nasty ways of killing folks. But maybe that's just something folks in the NCR cooked up to make themselves seem more useful here. Less uninvited.
Okay. What kind of creatures?
Around here, mostly coyotes and geckos. The coyotes are pretty dangerous in large packs, but otherwise they're nothing to really worry about. The geckos aren't too tough, but they've got a nasty bite. I've heard about bigger, nastier versions out in the wasteland, but I've never seen them. Stick to the roads when you can, and steer clear of the hills north of Goodsprings. The critters up there are big and poisonous.
Yeah, I saw.
If you want to know anything else, just ask.
What do you do around
I
here?
hunt geckos mostly. The meat's pretty good and I can always find a buyer for the hides. I also help keep the town clear of rad scorpions and coyotes. Not many people live in Goodspring, so wildlife is always creeping in.
Alright, thank you.
Until next time.
Alright. And with that, I think we'll conclude episode 2. We got some good equipment, got chased by a rad scorpion. And have our way cleared towards Prim. I think we'll head to Prim right away. See what's going on there, talk to some people. And eventually, we'll probably help Ringo. Probably. Alright. This has already been a pretty long episode. So, thank you very much, and goodbye.